All right, Bills fans, get ready because we're diving deep into everything you need to know ahead of the big matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. This Sunday, the Bills are heading into home territory as underdogs against a Chiefs team that has been humming offensively and is loaded with talent at every level. Kansas City comes into this game with a record that reflects both consistency and firepower, and the biggest name on the roster, of course, is Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is 30 years old, a physically imposing quarterback at 6'2" and 225 pounds, and he's been a force since being drafted 10th overall in 2017 out of Texas Tech. He has started 120 career games and has 194 of those starts, with a 67% completion rate so far this season, averaging 262 passing yards per game, 17 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions, giving him a passer rating of 103.1. What stands out beyond the raw numbers is his ability to generate expected points added per dropback, which currently sits at plus 0.26, ranking him 4th in the league. Mahomes is completing 72% of his passes to his first read, which is second best in the NFL, and he is extending plays more than ever, scrambling for first downs and touchdowns at a rate that has never been seen in his career. This ability to improvise, combined with a rapid average time to throw at 2.47 seconds, keeps defenses on their heels, making him one of the most difficult quarterbacks to contain. Kansas City's offensive scheme is orchestrated by Andy Reid, a legend in the league now in his 13th season as Chiefs head coach and his 27th overall in the NFL. Reid's experience and offensive acumen are on full display, especially with Patrick Mahomes running the show. The Chiefs average 27 points per game, ranking 7th in the league, and their offensive efficiency shows in their ability to convert third downs at a 44% rate and reach the red zone successfully 71% of the time. While they pass 57% of the time, their play calling over expectation clearly emphasizes the passing game, creating mismatches and exploiting every defensive weakness. The offensive weapons surrounding Mahomes are diverse and explosive. Rashid Rice returns to the lineup as a zone-busting receiver who finds pockets of space effortlessly, while speedsters like Marquise Brown, Xavier Worthy, and Tyquan Thornton add vertical threats that stretch the field and demand attention from every defender. Juju Smith-Schuster brings a physical, savvy presence both inside and outside, complementing Travis Kelce, whose chemistry with Mahomes is unmatched and allows for precision completions in tight spaces. The running back group is equally versatile, with Kareem Hunt providing consistency and physicality, Bahard Smith offering explosive plays, and Elijah Mitchell potentially seeing action with Isaiah Pacheco sidelined due to injury. The distribution of targets across this group is remarkably balanced, with 9 different players seeing 17 or more targets, demonstrating Kansas City's commitment to spreading the ball and keeping defenses guessing. On the offensive line, the Chiefs have a mixture of experience and youth, with Creed Humphrey anchoring the center, Trey Smith and Kingsley Suamiyesha providing stout interior play, and Jawan Taylor at right tackle, who, despite some inconsistency, is tasked with protecting Mahomes and opening lanes in the run game. The left tackle situation is complicated by Josh Simmons' current absence, with Jalen Moore stepping in to manage that crucial edge. This combination of line talent, weapon diversity, and a quarterback at the peak of his abilities makes Kansas City a formidable opponent, and the Bills will need a perfect blend of strategy and execution to slow them down. Turning to Buffalo's defensive perspective, the pass rush has to be the cornerstone of their approach. Mahomes' completion percentage drops dramatically when pressured, from 74% when clean to 47% under pressure, highlighting the importance of edge defenders like Von Miller, A.J. Epinesa, and Gregory Rousseau in disrupting timing and creating chaos in the pocket. Inside, the Bills face some personnel challenges, but matchup advantages remain if they can leverage their strengths effectively. Discipline in coverage is equally critical. Whether in zone or man-to-man, defenders must stay connected and avoid drifting, as Mahomes exploits even the smallest lapses with surgical precision. Covering his eyes, following his reads, and maintaining alignment is essential to prevent big plays, particularly against deep routes or crossing patterns that stretch the field horizontally. In addition to maintaining pressure and coverage, the Bills must mix looks to keep Mahomes guessing. Simulated pressures, varied blitz packages, and dedicated attention to Mahomes' movements outside the pocket are all necessary to limit his ability to extend plays. A well-coordinated defensive approach requires urgency in pursuit and proper angles on every play, especially considering the speed and physicality of Kansas City's receiving core. Tackling discipline remains a focal point, as the Chiefs thrive on yards after contact, screens, and quick passes that exploit small openings. Each defender's awareness and responsiveness can dictate whether this game remains competitive or tilts heavily in favor of the Chiefs. Offensively, Buffalo will also have opportunities to exploit weaknesses in Kansas City's defense. The Chiefs, while formidable, are allowing 16 points per game, ranking them second in the league, and fifth in expected points added per play. The challenge lies in sustaining drives, converting third downs, and taking advantage of situational football where the margin for error is slim. The Bills' strategy must involve balanced play calling, leveraging Josh Allen's dual-threat ability, and keeping the ball moving with a mix of runs and passes that test the Chiefs' personnel groupings. Quick decisions, effective blocking, and maximizing yards after contact will be critical to keeping the offense on schedule and limiting opportunities for Mahomes to respond with his own explosive plays. The narrative of this matchup is one of high stakes, incredible talent, and strategic chess moves on both sides. The Bills face a quarterback at the top of his game, surrounded by a balanced and explosive set of receivers, tight ends, and running backs, all under the guidance of one of the NFL's most respected coaches. Success for Buffalo will depend on pressure, coverage discipline, and exploiting the smallest advantages in matchups while maintaining urgency and intensity throughout every snap. With Mahomes scrambling more than ever and the Chiefs' offense performing efficiently in both the passing and running game, the Bills have their work cut out for them, and every decision, adjustment, and play call could shift the momentum dramatically. This is a contest that blends athleticism, strategy, and timing, where individual moments such as an interception or a perfectly executed screen can snowball into game-changing sequences. The Bills' defense must operate as a cohesive unit, capitalizing on every mistake while balancing aggression with patience, knowing that a single lapse could result in a big play from Kansas City. Offensively, the Bills' ability to sustain drives, convert in the red zone, and control tempo will define their competitiveness. Every snap is a microcosm of preparation meeting execution, where both coaches and players must be locked in, anticipating tendencies and reacting instantaneously to the evolving dynamics on the field. The Chiefs' personnel versatility and depth add another layer of complexity. From the tight ends who sit in soft spots in zone coverage to the receivers who can stretch defenses vertically, Kansas City's offensive plan adapts in real time. Their ability to generate first downs on scrambles, find space for yards after catch, and diversify target distribution keeps defenses constantly on edge. For the Bills, recognizing patterns, adjusting coverage, and leveraging matchups with speed and precision will be critical. The defensive front must balance containment with aggression, closing lanes while maintaining gaps, all while tracking Mahomes' eyes and movements. Buffalo's preparation for this matchup is about execution under pressure, discipline in coverage, and relentless pursuit. Every player must understand their role within a larger defensive scheme designed to disrupt timing, force errors, and limit explosive plays. Offensively, the Bills must stay patient, methodical, and creative, exploiting any weaknesses in the Chiefs' defensive alignment, sustaining momentum, and maximizing every opportunity to put points on the board. The combination of coaching, individual performance, and strategic insight will ultimately determine which team emerges with momentum and advantage as the game progresses. Buffalo's edge rushers are a central focus, as creating pressure on Mahomes not only lowers his completion percentage, but also generates opportunities for turnovers and momentum-changing plays. Discipline and alignment in coverage ensure that when the rush does not reach Mahomes immediately, defenders are in position to contain his movements and limit the damage. Quick reads, anticipation, and a physical approach are essential, particularly against an offense with speed threats who can turn short passes into explosive gains. The offensive matchup presents a chess game where adjustments must occur in real time. Buffalo's offensive line must provide protection, open running lanes, and sustain blocks long enough for Josh Allen to make the most of his dual-threat capabilities. Receivers must execute routes precisely, adjust to coverage, and create separation while maintaining focus on the quarterback's rhythm. Running backs are tasked with reading blocks, finding small holes, and gaining consistent yards to keep the chains moving. The interplay between all these elements defines the team's ability to sustain drives and challenge the Chiefs' defense effectively. Buffalo fans are in for a matchup full of high-intensity football, explosive plays, and strategic battles that will test both teams' limits. Every aspect, from the offensive line's performance to the defensive pressure on Mahomes, and from coverage discipline to situational awareness, will influence the outcome in dramatic fashion. This is a clash where preparation, execution, and the ability to seize moments define the narrative, and the excitement for fans comes from watching each team navigate the complexities of a league-leading offense and a disciplined, opportunistic defense. Now, turning our attention to the Chiefs' defensive side of the ball, Kansas City is no pushover. Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, brings a wealth of experience and a reputation for constructing disruptive units that challenge even the league's most prolific offenses. At 65 years old, he has spent 16 seasons as either an NFL defensive coordinator or head coach, including legendary runs with the Giants that gave Tom Brady fits in the Super Bowl. This year, Spagnuolo's defense is allowing just 16 points per game, ranking second in the league, and they are fifth in expected points added per play. Their pass defense is elite, sitting second in EPA per pass, while their run defense is less dominant at 18th in EPA per rush, indicating potential areas for Buffalo to exploit if they are precise and aggressive with their ground game. Third down efficiency, red zone performance, and situational awareness all play a part in understanding how to navigate this defense, as they are disciplined and rarely make mental errors, requiring the Bills to be sharp with timing, spacing, and execution to sustain drives. Buffalo's offensive game plan will hinge on versatility and unpredictability, balancing short and intermediate passes, designed runs, and play-action schemes that can manipulate the defensive alignment. Josh Allen's mobility remains a key factor, not just as a threat to scramble, but as a tool to extend plays and create opportunities downfield. Timing, precision, and reading coverage keys will determine the success of each sequence, especially against a defense capable of disguising coverages and pressuring the quarterback with varied personnel and blitz packages. Every decision by Allen and his supporting cast needs to account for Spagnuolo's strategic adjustments and the inherent risks of playing against a well-coordinated, top-tier defensive unit. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. The NFL world is buzzing with whispers that could shake the very foundations of Buffalo. Sources close to the organization suggest that the Buffalo Bills are on the verge of pulling off what might be the most monumental signing in franchise history. At the center of this storm, none other than CeeDee Lamb. While the team is yet to officially confirm anything, insiders hint that negotiations have reached the final stages, and Bills fans are already dreaming of a revolution on the field. Lamb, known for his breathtaking athleticism, impeccable route running, and game-changing hands, has long been considered one of the league's elite wide receivers. Rumors claim that the Bills see him not just as another star, but as the centerpiece of their offensive identity for years to come. Imagine Josh Allen with Lamb in prime form, the chemistry between quarterback and receiver evolving into something that could terrorize defenses across the AFC. Analysts are already speculating that this move could elevate Buffalo to true Super Bowl contender status, giving them the kind of firepower that rivals the league's best. Sources say that the deal, if finalized, would not only break records, but also redefine what the Bills are capable of achieving in the modern NFL era. The locker room reportedly is buzzing with excitement, with players and staff alike sensing the potential seismic shift this acquisition could bring. Social media has erupted with fans creating highlight reels, memes, and bold predictions, all imagining Lamb in the blue and red jersey. Some insiders even suggest that this signing could attract other top-tier talents, hungry to play alongside one of the league's most electrifying wideouts. Of course, caution remains, as nothing is official. But the energy surrounding the potential landing of CeeDee Lamb is palpable. Could Buffalo finally secure the kind of superstar that propels them into championship conversations year after year? If the rumors hold true, the answer is a resounding yes. Bills Mafia may soon witness history in motion, and the NFL could be in for a new era dominated by one of its brightest young stars. The chatter is loud, the speculation intense, and the dream of CeeDee Lamb in Buffalo feels closer than ever. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.